Here are some reasons you might be struggling despite following Dr. Bernstein's plan. A lot of people come to me and they say, I'm following Dr. Bernstein, my diet is on plan, I'm all dialed in, but I still struggle with my blood sugars and my A1C is still in the 6s or 7s or even 8s. I was right there with you. I started eating low carb in 2010 and I had heard of Dr. Bernstein, but I did not read the book fully. I kind of skimmed it because it's a very large book. And I thought I was following Dr. Bernstein's plan because I was eating low carb. But there is so much more to Dr. B's plan. Some of the main things I was missing were, one, Dr. Bernstein's plan is not keto. It is not a high fat diet. It is low carb, high protein. We don't want to make meals of fat or add additional fat. Fat isn't bad per se. We just want to eat the fat that comes along with the protein, not additional fat, unless more calories are needed. Another thing I was missing, I was not bolusing for protein. The vast majority of us, most of us, were never taught that protein needs insulin coverage, but it absolutely does. And if you're wearing a CGM and eating low carb, you can probably most definitely see that rise from protein usually happening about 60 to 90 minutes after your meal. The next thing I was missing, corrections. When you see a lot of people posting flat graphs on Facebook or Instagram who are following Dr. B, you might think they just have their bolus dialed in and their basal is perfect, but no, we're making corrections. We're making corrections throughout the day. We may have a little glucose here, a little insulin correction here. I'm personally using automated insulin delivery, so a lot of those corrections are made for me automatically, but those corrections are happening. It is not a natural flat graph. So if I were on MDI or a manual pump, I would be correcting no higher than 120 milligrams per deciliter, which may sound crazy to you as a type 1 diabetic. I used to only correct around 200 or maybe 150 if I was being strict, but now I correct at 120 or even lower on an automated insulin delivery. Because if I can catch that blood sugar that's above my target, which is 83 milligrams per deciliter, 4.6 millimoles, I can stop it from ever going high in the first place. I know exactly how much 1 unit of rapid acting insulin is going to lower my blood sugar. So I can give a precise amount of insulin to bring myself back to target without going low. And if I do give a little too much insulin and make a small mistake, as Dr. Bernstein would put it, I can easily correct that with a precise amount of glucose because I know exactly how much 1 gram of glucose is going to raise my blood sugar. So that was another thing I was missing, correcting lows. We don't want to use juice. We don't want to use food. We don't want to use cereal. We don't want to use candy other than dextrose-based candy. So we want to use glucose tabs. Liquid glucose is my preference because it's the fastest. We want to use perhaps liquid glucose gel. We could use glucose powder like Carbology or Elevate. We could also use dextrose-based candies like Smarties or Rockets or Bottle Caps or Spree. Pixie Sticks have 2 grams of glucose powder in them. So all these are good options for treating lows.